What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we're here with a showcase video with my man V4 Blackbeard. And as controversial as this character is as a legend, I know a lot of people were kind of upset at the fact that, you know, oh my god, it's another int-driven powerhouse Blackbeard, and I definitely echo those sentiments. I think that this is a pretty terrible design choice to have yet another int-driven powerhouse Blackbeard. That is the third one in a row. Terrible decision, honestly. I would have preferred if they decided to go in the other route of like strength, psi, or quick, as we already have a Dex Blackbeard as well, the OG Blackbeard, and just really weird decisions. And despite that, this character does have a lot of good things going for it. The fact that he is an int character, and I do really enjoy using this character, honestly. This character is a pretty powerful unit, and hopefully you guys get an opportunity to use him throughout the treasure map. It's going to be going live on the 15th of June 2022. So let's go ahead and talk about this guy, give you guys my thoughts and opinions and how I felt using him so far, right? So let's talk about him. His captain ability, giving driven and powerhouse characters a 5.25 boost when you have a matching slot. It's a 4.75 times otherwise, and he gives 1.5 health, and as well as making int and tandem slots beneficial to the crew, which is obviously going to be good if you're using non-int characters. Just to make the int slots beneficial is always really good. And then he has that really unique effect where if you use a special ability that is a base attack boost or an end of turn healing boost, he converts it to a 1250 base attack boost for one turn for driven and powerhouse. Very odd effect. And then if you use a special that gives you a chain boost or a % damage reduction on your side of the field, then he's going to go ahead and give you a 1.4 chain boost instead. So if you have a really weak chain boost, you can just automatically buff it to a 1.4, which is ridiculous. And then if you have a base attack boost, there aren't a lot of base attack boosts that exceed 1250, and if you do use it, then Blackbeard's going to convert it to a pretty significant one for your crew. So it's a pretty interesting effect, but if you just take that aside, it's a pretty standard captain ability that doesn't have a lot going for it. It's just, you know, base attack, you know, the 5.25, 1.5 health, and then a couple more matching slots. So it's nothing really too game-breaking. But then you've got the special ability when you use him as a captain to get access to the Superclass effect. Now, the Superclass effect is very difficult to activate. In order to get it to activate, you do need one of his crew members, or it says that you need a chain boost and a base attack boost active at the same time. It reminds me a lot of Izo and Okiku, where you needed like two specific buffs to be activated at the same time to get the super class to activate, or the super type. And I think that Blackbeard's super type or super class condition is very difficult to get. And while a lot of the time you want to be utilizing his super tandem effect, which is incredibly strong, in this video we don't even use it at all. And that's the main reason, is because there aren't a lot of good Blackbeard pirate characters that are actually good in the game. And, you know, if you did pull the new Blackbeard, getting access to the Shiryu and the Jesus Burgess from the Sugo Fest is highly suggested, because if you don't have them, there's not a lot of good characters you can use with Blackbeard to proc the super type and the super tandem effects. Luckily we did have the Katarina Devon that came out with the arena. I'm going to safely assume that for Kizuna Clash we're probably going to get more Blackbeard pirates. You know, probably another San Juan Wolf, another Pizarro, stuff like that. Maybe another Lafitte or Van Orga, something along those lines. That would make a lot of sense. I hope that is the case, because Blackbeard desperately needs more characters to use in content. So that's a couple of the things that I've noticed whilst using him so far. But the actual Superclass effect is going to change all of your type slots into tandem slots, and then he also provides your crew with a 2.25 times attack boost to driven and powerhouse characters, and then powerhouse become the super powerhouse class, giving them the extra stat boosting effect. So it is kind of nice that you can just activate this effect to get those tandem slots that you love to see, and then also getting the attack boost. Though I must say that the actual orb changing effect from Blackbeard, it is a little bit situational, as it does only change type slots. So if you're in a situation where you need to get rid of block slots, you need to bring another dedicated character on your crew to get around that, which is a little bit of an inconvenience in a lot of situations, but if you build your team around it, you can definitely get through it without too many hassles. But then the special ability of Blackbeard is pretty good. You know, it does a 20% health cut that goes through defensive effects, removes bind by 10 turns, which is great. and he gives you a chain boundary, a 3.0 chain boundary upon activation. If you don't have a Driven or Powerhouse Captain, it's still a 2.5 chain boundary, and then if you hit 2 perfects, you get a 2.75 times chain boundary in the following turn. Like, there's not really much to say about this special that's bad. I guess you could say that the special ability by itself doesn't really give you a lot of damage output. Like, if you just attack with a chain boundary, like, it doesn't really provide that much to your team, but it's nice that it is a chain boundary effect that you can get over multiple different turns, and upon activation, removing 10 turns of bind is always a very useful ability to activate. And honestly, I really think that Blackbeard is going to see a lot more usage as a crewmate on teams rather than a captain, just due to the fact that it has great utility and multiple different turns of chain boundary. And Blackbeard doesn't have like amazing supports, but I do think that Blackbeard is going to see way more play as a crewmate rather than a captain. Though his captain ability could be used in a lot of different ways to get around like enemy interrupts, for example. So it'll be interesting to see how people use this guy. And of course, you've got access to his Super Tandem effect. And as I said, we didn't actually utilize the Super Tandem effect in this video because it's really hard to use a full team of Blackbeard Pirates, essentially. If you do get it at level 5, I believe the condition is a lot easier to fulfill, which is really, really good. But basically, what the effect does is it does give you a 1.5 times attack boost to Powerhouse and Driven, and it is a tandem attack boost, which stacks with everything else. But then it also gives you a multiplicative chain multiplier boost by 1.5. So I'm pretty sure that this is the exact same effect that like V2 Vivi Rebecca, Sanji Judge dual units give. The super type special of Sabo, the strength Sabo, I believe also apply a chain multiplicative effect. And every time we have been receiving those type of chain multipliers, it is going to be a 1.25 times boost. So Blackbeard at level 5 Super Tandem is a 1.5 times chain multiplicative boost. And if you stack that with his chain boundary, and then if you have access to, you know, Super Tandem Kid, which can provide you that tap timing, additional chain boosting effect, like, this is going to be kind of incredible, honestly. I'm really excited to see some of the crazy chain multipliers that people will be able to get up to. But with all of that, that is going to wrap up this video today, so thank you very much for watching, and if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all of the content that I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, then make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.
次の一瞬を生きようじゃねえか。